Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week, stellar performances served as the focal point, while Salon is shaken by Holly's overdose. Emotions are running high despite the fact that some characters are becoming more empathetic, while others are moving in a dark direction. And thankfully, that has allowed this novel to sail through a few dubious plot holes and get off to a great start this year. I believe the fact that we're hearing grounded stories this week has been one of my favorite things about it. Granted, Ava and Stefan's involvement in drug trafficking is a plot point exclusive to soap operas, but an adolescent overdose, an excessive number of people can comprehend that. Furthermore, it's nice to see some humanity here at last because lately, I found the whole "we need to solve this drug problem in Salem, just like the rest of America" thing to be a little abrupt and absurd. Yes, Holly was completely unprepared for this, even with the background of the joint and her inebriation. However, I'm glad they didn't give the impression that she had a serious drug problem that we hadn't previously seen. Instead, they made it appear more like she was acting out like a teenager and taking terrible medications. Character development is currently the central focus of this novel, even though some of its parts might only occur during the day. Regarding Tate, everything has been devastating, starting with that frantic text to Brady, "Dad, help," and ending with him pleading with Theresa, "Please don't let them take me, Mom." Jamie Martin Mann has been excellent at handling the intense emotional labor. Tate is just a scared little child who is in a tight spot and just wants his parents to fix everything. When he attempted to reveal the truth, EJ didn't want to trust him. He isn't taking the rape because he believes Holly will be protected, but rather because he wants to keep his dad out of jail. EJ intended to sacrifice Brady or Tate, or both, if possible. Tate took the action he believed was necessary because none of them was a choice. Even when they're attempting to do the right thing, teenagers sometimes lack the maturity to recognize the long-term effects of their actions. And as a result, he is currently facing adult charges and being sent to a prison where he has no business being. Additionally, as a result of EJ, but even I'm a little concerned because I see this going really wrong for him in prison. Just don't disappear into it like Gabby did. Regarding EJ, you would think that there would be some kind of supervision because he is behaving out rather obviously on a personal level. However, a portion of that is due to the fact that it's the only approach he is familiar with. We can see how powerless he feels in Nicole's presence. We were able to see how much he's battling to keep himself together, especially this past week. EJ's tendency is to laze out. In contrast to Gabby, who is obviously seeking petty retribution, he might even believe that what he's doing with Tate is right. He is currently blinded because he is unable of understanding what it is to be powerless or that loving someone unconditionally doesn't entail doing everything for them. Rather, it just means being there for them through everything. Because he very obviously gave up the consoling ground to Eric this week in order to pursue his grudge, and that will not strengthen his relationship with Nicole. In fact, it's forcing Eric and Nicole into each other's arms and preparing them to become emotionally dependent on one another when the truth is revealed. Though, to be honest, EJ is unaware of what is ahead for them. This could be the beginning of the end. Although I understand his outburst, I'm not sure why he's so focused on Tate when he knows what's going on with Clyde and tells Stefan it's his problem to handle. Or why a judge would approve of all of this given that there is no proof Tate caused Holly's death. Dan Furigal said that EJ is approaching his breaking point and that this could be a precursor to EJ losing it all very soon because it is obvious that he is not functioning in a sensible manner. A portion of it may also have to do with admitting that he should have dealt with Clyde rather than Stefan. Holly has more responsibility than he can bear for himself. Which should be selfish, but EJ. More likely, though, it's a plot hole sacrificed for dramatic effect. By no means is this a perfect story. I will, however, ride along for the time being. I've been allowing EJ some tolerance in terms of empathy, but Theresa's eerie statement of how she sees just bitterness and hatred in EJ's eyes rather than sorrow or pain was straight on. It will be difficult to like him for a short while. However, I did enjoy a good portion of this week, Theresa. She's not using Alex as a money-making ploy right now, and she has no problem telling him when to quiet up or go sit down, even if it means turning to him for solace. She is a mother attempting to shield her child. It's something that, until lately, we were unable to witness in her at all. But Alex, in contrast, call Justin Dad, please, and quit treating him like a jerk and attempting to outwit him on every legal maneuver he makes. I'm getting to the point where I kind of hope that Alex turns out to not be Justin's son at all, and not even a Kyriakis when the truth about Xander is revealed. He can take a jet out of town with Theresa, and Robert Scott Wilson and Emily O'Brien can reappear as new Ciara and Ben by turning the corner of the airport. Be truthful. A part of you believes that the same thing is extremely likely. However, as he met EJ's gaze, he said, "I'm not terrified, EJ. I wanted to hear, you don't think the Kyriakis have friends in high places? Because, fingers crossed, rather of endless backstabbing, musical CEO games, and share swapping, we're headed for a Kyriakis/Demira conflict. This week between Johnny and Channel definitely got hot. Or perhaps I ought to say sweet. Whipping cream is a favorite of this show. Please, just never let Johnny and Grandma Marlena compare notes. Has Holly's crush ended for good? Should slash when she awakens? I recall the proposal that the show hinted to in the video for the season premiere, and as of right now, it appears that things will go well between the two of them. It can't continue though. I was surprised by how quickly Xander and Sarah moved in together. That was what I expected to happen when he moved back into the Kyriakis estate. Alternatively, perhaps he won't. Even though Alex believes he is the heir, he doesn't live there. Perhaps Sarah will use all of the money they'd finally have to build their own house. Even though Sarah's amusement and delight at Xander's Scottish accents was adorable, I believe that would have happened years ago when they were first getting to know one another rather than today. They appeared to be waking up in the same house for the first time ever. Adorable but strange. I'm wondering if this is a temporary situation or if Abby will ever be able to regain his memories after admitting his love for Paulina once more. I'm not against it, and it wouldn't be a soap opera, but I'm not sure what the purpose would be. He's still the same Abby that we've come to know and love. He's just rediscovering his love for Paulina. Perhaps something from his history will come back to haunt him, and he won't be able to predict it. I'm not sure. Trip and Wendy had an incredibly drawn-out non-goodbye, so she will not be moving. I suppose the intention was to fool people, but in a world when soap operas provide their own weekly teases, that strategy isn't very effective and just seems like a waste of effort. As they become entangled in Ava's drama, perhaps this might at least be a reset to make them more interesting. Thanks for watching if you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.